What's up? Welcome to the Up and Under podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Tate, and this is where we break down. I want to break down some high school basketball play. I'll be bringing a lot of dope ball players, no longer in high school, but guys that had dope high school careers and also other ball players. So it's a ball player podcast. We're gonna get a lot of stories on here, man. Let me welcome y'all, man, to my guy, man. Welcome y'all to my guy, Rashad Phillips. What's up, dog?
Good. What's good? Good.
Man, I'm good, man. So glad to have you on here, man. You looking good, boy.
You, brother, you know that.
That's what's up, man. Listen, man. For y'all to know, this is my guy, man. This is Rashad Phillips, man. Class of 1996, Ferndale High School, all-state, average 25.2 points a game. Come on, man. Undersized guard, man, but huge on the basketball court, man. It's so good to have you on here. Definitely a city legend, man. What's up with you?
And thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, man. You know, we always exchanging basketball dialogue we've been friends for over 30 years, brother. So it's always a platform. And you're doing great things, man. Again, thanks for having me.
Listen, no doubt, man. Listen, let's get right into it, man. First of all, what part of the city are you from, man?
From the east side of Detroit, man. You know, born and raised on East State Fair in 75, man.
Come on, man. That's right over there. Hey, for y'all don't know, that's some east side shit. He say State Fair, but don't get it messed up, man. That's some east side for real, man. Yeah, so, man, being from the east side, though, dog, folks would think being in that area, man, you probably would have went to Persian High School or something like that. I know they was waiting for you, man, because I remember seeing you. We're in the same class, bro, so I remember first coming across your path. I think we was playing in like some little summer AAU tournament out of Country Day, right? Yep. And I remember being young, and when you were younger, you was a lot smaller, bro, like almost with a baby face. And I remember seeing you on the court, and I'm like, yo, is this guy even? But man, you was fierce. You was a mean guard, man, the whole time. Funny dude, but a mean guard. You were a mean guard, man. I'm talking about tough, man. So much respect. But so I know Persian was looking at you, man. How you in Ferndale, man? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, my dad graduated from Persian. My mom graduated from Persian. My younger brother graduated.
Come on, man. Come on.
Entire family tree was always destined for Persian. And it was just a different case for me.
Mm-hmm.
So a little history on the Detroit Persian is probably the most historic high school program in the state of Michigan.
Yes, man.
Like Spencer Haywood, Kevin Willis, Steve Smith, Willie Mitchell, Winford.
Come on.
Carlos Williams, Todd Bergen. I could just name great.
It's a museum, bro. It's a museum.
So that's the school that I was allocated to because of I lived in. But I was quite a good football player at a young age.
What?
And I was a great football player. So my father, Virgil Phillips, took me out to play football with the Oak Park Trojans when I was like in the 6th, 7th grade. Mm-hmm. And there I established a new avenue of friendships, relationships out in that area.
Sure.
Unbeknownst to me, when it was time to choose a high school, the legendary coach Johnny Golston, God rest his soul.
Rest in peace, Johnny G.
Johnny Golston was a tough nose, didn't take no stuff type of coach. Give it to you how he feels.
Sure.
My dad had a great relationship, and he told my dad, he said, "Listen up, Hoss. I love your son, but that motherfucker too little."
What?
So he told my dad, "Hey, I love your son, but he's too little." And Persian, it's gonna be hard for me to justify playing him because he's so small, and Persian is so used to winning city championships, state titles.
Sure.
I developed the friendship out in the Oak Park, Ferndale area from my football family.
That's how you knew that. That's how you knew that circle. Yeah.
That circle opened up. So I end up going to Ferndale, where one of the football coaches was actually the head coach of the varsity team. And I was best friends with his son, Chris McNeil, God rest his soul, too.
Okay.
Taking my talents to Ferndale.
Ferndale, man. How was it going over to Ferndale, filling out you know, you got over to Ferndale. I'm sure you probably knew some of the guys, be it that you played football in the area. But what was that like, for one, being in a new school, pretty much a new environment, and then also going back to the crib at night? When you leave there, you're still going back to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, that was a hell of a dynamic. I'm working on my second book, and I really break down this story because I was one of the players that broke the color barrier at Ferndale. See, a lot of people don't know, your listeners, that Ferndale was predominantly white. It was all white.
When you got there?
Oh, it was 90% white.
What? Okay.
So there was a huge color barrier there. And nothing wrong with that. But
yeah,
for me as a kid growing up around predominantly African Americans, being my surroundings, to having to go to a school where all of my teachers are Caucasian, opposed to all of my
yes,
that was such an adjustment for me off the court. Being able to befriend different ethnicities, because Ferndale also had different ethnicities of people.
They had Mexicans at Ferndale.
Everything.
Wow. And for y'all that don't know, in Detroit, the Mexican population is not that big. And actually, at least in my eyes, I'm from the West Side, Detroit. Yeah. But we didn't have. We might have had one white person in our school, maybe a Spanish person, but I wouldn't see. So you don't see Mexico. That had to be different.
It was extremely different. But you know what? It was the best thing to happen to me for my maturation as a person. And that decision to go to Ferndale was bigger than just a sports transition. It was a life transition. So I still have friends from high school, Caucasian friends that I love today. There's all of that. So it just opened up a new world for me. And it taught me a lot about being able to adapt to your surroundings, and also understanding that the world is bigger than the box that we were raised in.
For sure. Now, what number did you wear at Ferndale?
3.
How you get that number? Talk to me why you picked 23. Because first of all, dog, to walk into a school, bro, and they passing out there, and you say it's got to be somebody like, nah, bro. Talk to me about 23, bro.
Well, this guy right here behind me is this guy here.
Yes, sir, Mighty.
One of the players that I just admired as a kid, and I've always for 23 because Michael Jordan made it cool to wear that number, and it was a numeric representation of greatness. And
yes.
So I wore that number in AAU and middle school, so I requested that number in high school. And right, as a freshman, like, how are you requesting that?
We don't even do we got a 23 in the pile? Do we?
The pile, yeah. Because coach just throw it all on the pile. 23. Let me get that 23. But the good thing is that when I got to Ferndale, I had already established a reputation of being a great athlete.
From football and all that.
A lot of my peers already knew, like, no, Rashad wants 23, even though he's a freshman. We know that he's going to grow into that number and really make us proud wearing it. So that's kind of how it turned out.
Okay. Now check this out. And I can appreciate that too. But I want to ask, how was it? Because you just what JG was saying. So did you play JV?
I played 3 games of JV.
Talk to me about that. It was too much.
The reason I played 3 games of JV, because technically, and I can say this now because it's 40 years later, because I wasn't a resident of Ferndale. I wasn't supposed to be going to Ferndale. I actually used somebody's address.
Of course. Come on. You know how it go.
So I was part of that process. So the coaches was trying to hide my talent so they wouldn't flag me. So they put me on JV, like, hey, just play JV a couple games. And it was like, but like the first game, I think the first game I only had like 18. So it was like, oh yeah, JV. But then the second game, like 49.
Come on. You can't we trying to hide you, bro. You went for 49?
Yeah. So the first game, it was like regular, right? I was like 18 points, and I didn't play
Well,
5 for 20 from the field. They were
yeah.
like, oh, struggling, right? And my dad was like, no, just trust me. He'll come around. Second
Yeah.
game, and then the next game was like 46. And then the school was like, hey, why is he on JV?
Right. Was anybody at those games?
Yeah, it was people at the game. I mean, it was typical. You know how JV games are. Like
Yeah.
it's a sprinkle of people in
Yeah.
it.
And then the merge of the other varsity games. So you catch that, right? I know something about it. I played JV.
You know,
So
like by the time the fourth quarter comes, the gym is full waiting for varsity. So it's like I'm going for like 25 in the fourth quarter. People are like, wait a minute, why is he on JV? Like we
right.
all handling and in scoring on varsity. So they pulled me up and I ended up starting on varsity after that.
And how was that? Because you guys, name me a couple schools in that in your Ferndale immediate league.
Yeah, our conference was Southfield, Lathrop, Oak Park, Seaholm, Berkeley, Andover. I think that was in Rochester Adams. That was our conference.
Rochester Adams. Sure. So you out there on varsity, bro. You coming across seniors. Now, at this time, you probably what? How tall are you at this time?
5 feet on a good day.
Whew. Now you going in here, and when we were freshmen, we talking 93. So you got these type of guys from some of them schools, and I'm sure you know. How was it leading the team? Did you struggle? Did you have a smooth? Did you come in smooth? Did they get behind you?
My teammates actually got behind me, bro. Like they really rallied around me. I was kind of a plug as a freshman, and my teammates really loved that. The crowd loved it because it was really to the point where like I was so small but so skilled, like it was entertaining to see this small player with all these skills that's helping this varsity team. Now I played with 6 seniors. There were 6 seniors on my varsity team my freshman year.
Wow.
All 6 of them embraced me and allowed.
That's love.
That's why I love Ferndale so much, is because that city in itself really wrapped their arms around me.
Sure.
And still to this day, in my college guide, the city of Ferndale wanted to fight my college at UAD because UAD was like, he's from Detroit, and Ferndale was like, he's one of ours. Put our name in the booklet as. So if you look at the UAD booklet, it says Rashad Phillips, Ferndale, Michigan.
You want They wanted Ferndale High School?
Yeah, they wanted Ferndale High School and Michigan. They almost was like, he's one of ours. Detroit, y'all can't claim him anymore. Like y'all didn't want him.
Yeah. Wow.
But both cities, and I'm like torn in between because it's like I had 2 families, right? You
sure.
know, Detroit, and then adopted me, like.
And you kind of cool with that. You like what they kind of right. So you in the middle, right?
I'm still like that. I'm still in the middle.
Absolutely, man. Listen, now we speaking about this. I want to take a quick turn real quick. You talk about, first of all, talk to me briefly about the process on even being that skilled that early, bro, because, again, and we're going to speak about that briefly a bit later about the REACH program and stuff like that. But how are you so skilled at that level, man? What was that about? How did you get there? We just playing in the park, stuff like that. Talk to me about how you got that so skilled.
Man, I mean, obviously, I would say half of it was God-given. I think God really blessed me and was like, hey, I'm gonna make you small this, but I'm gonna give you this. Voila. Right? Like, so was God blessing me with the talent. But I think secondly was my parents' ability to notice that there was a God-given talent and to nurture that talent. I think as parents, we need to see what our kids are special in, and we nurture that. So my parents did a terrific job of surrounding me with the game of basketball and allowing that to really grow me. I was able to study the game. I saw so many different forms and fabrics of basketball DNA that I was able to kind of morph my skill around what I was raised around. So I was able to do that. And I think that's where the skill level started to really hone in.
Because when I first seen you, you were very skilled, dog. And I'm not just saying it because you're my partner. I'm saying it because you were more skilled. I think at that time, in those ages, kids our age wasn't necessarily training like training. It was like go to the gym, hoop, play outside, and if you could play, you get in the gym and figure it out. So you clearly was doing some, I mean, your handle was tight. And that's what I noticed when I saw you at Country Day so early. And I didn't finish that, but you were playing. And I'm like, damn, he good though. Like he tight with the handle. Like, he's aggressive. He's talking shit. Like you was out there talking shit. I ain't gonna say I never heard nobody talking shit, but you light skinned, small, very unassuming. And I don't even feel like light skin and dark skin matters. I just feel at that time you were small, baby face, and it was like, Andy, me? Like, okay, check up, nigga. Like, what? So just know, bro, I saw all that. Let me ask you, at Ferndale, if you can recall, what was your best game? The best when you like, it don't have to be necessarily the most points, but like, you know what, man? I had a good game, man. I had a good game.
I had a lot of great games, but I think my best game is a game that I actually lost.
Talk about it.
And it was against Detroit Persian. It was the school that
No.
Well, I got a chance we got to the district championship my senior year.
That's right.
And we played Detroit Persian facing Coach Johnny Golston, the legendary, all of my childhood friends on the other end.
Yeah.
It was standing room only. And those who don't know, Ferndale is one of the biggest high school gyms in the state.
Yep.
It was standing room only. And I went for 43 points,
Woo.
20 for 21 from the free throw line, an array of threes, fouled out 4 players, left it all on the floor. Now, Persian, for people at home, Persian number 3 ranked team in the nation at that time.
Yeah, they had the big fella over there.
At Winford Walden, who, Winford was like a Carmelo Anthony type player. Like,
for real.
He was kind of like the first of that origin, right?
Real.
Charles LaShore, who was a terrific traditional point guard.
That's right.
I grew up with. Acuff, who was another terrific guard. They had DeWine.
Wow.
They had Jason.
Whoa, they had Whoa over there.
They were just complete, like they were just like a college team.
So you had guards that you had to show up. Them guards you named you got shooters, penetrators, tough guys, smooth guys. You had everything.
Everything. They were loaded. So I finished with 43 points. But not just the points, it was just the storyline of it all. Here was the school supposed to end up at.
Yeah.
And told me I was too small. And at that time, by my senior year, I had grown a foot. I was like 5'8".
Come on, man. Let's talk about it.
So I had grown. I could dunk now.
Word.
So it was like, no, like.
Man, I ain't seen you dunk. Man, you was dunking, man.
High school, right? So.
Come on, man. All right.
So I had all of that then. So now I had kind of grown a little bit. So I was really like, hey, like I'm one of the best players, if not the best player in the state of Michigan. Show you. So that game was probably the kind of the crowning moment for me after wrapping up my senior year, All-State, Oakland, right. Scoring titles, 3 points.
Talk about it. They gotta know this, dog. They got to know this, man. They think you just the dad right now, loving dad. They don't know, man. They just see the shirts and the books. They don't know. They see you coaching kids. They don't know, man. Come on, man. They got.
Hey, brother, I'm just a loving dad.
I'm just a loving dad, man.
Just a philanthropic guy now,
You're a guy. So check this out. Quick question. Now, talk to me about. It's a 2-part question. One of the toughest guards you had to play up against, and one of the toughest gyms to go in and try to get a win. Because high school gyms could be crazy.
Wow, one of the toughest guards. I faced a lot of them, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me toughest gym.
First. Okay, let's go there. Yeah, you give me.
Yeah, let me get that out. I already know the toughest gym I ever played in was Pontiac Central, Pontiac Northern.
Come on.
Both of the Pontiac gyms, man, like I think Pontiac Central was like, I think it was a prison before it became, they made it a school. Like I like this was this, like, no, this was
it had those vibes.
Yeah, like it was like an urban legend. Like, yeah, this school used to be a prison. I don't know if it was, but that was the talk. So when you walk in, it was like dark. It was like a dungeon feeling, and you can hear like the city of Pontiac, the roar of the fans when you walk in the gym, and it was very, it was very like a lot of guys were like, hey man, we don't need to be in here. Like it was one of those, situations. So Pontiac Central and Pontiac Northern were the toughest places that I ever played in. Like,
what about the crowd though? What about the students and what was that like?
Yeah, oh man, I mean, it was. Now that I look at it, I love, like it was tremendous.
Absolutely, you see it now, like.
Yeah, I see it, but it was very man, it was frightening to walk in there because Pontiac people games.
They think Pontiac is a hood too, though. And I think
games in Pontiac, bro.
So, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, so it was like, man, we in Pontiac. It's like, man, dudes right on the floor.
Absolutely.
And here's a funny story, then I'll answer your second question. So we playing Pontiac Northern. Pontiac Northern kicked my ass my freshman year. Oh,
physically?
Like they beat me up on the court, like trapping me, elbowing me, just beat me up. They had a great guard named Jason Moncrief.
Shout out Jason Moncrief, wherever he at, man.
He ended up playing at Kent State.
Nice.
He was a senior. I was a freshman, 5 feet tall. And Pontiac Northern would press and press and press. And they threw me the ball, and I'm trying to do my dribble. And them big seniors were just like, like, you ain't going, no, motherfucker, following me hard. So back at y'all. I spent the block.
For sure. You got to do it.
I'm gonna spin the block on Pontiac Northern. So first, I got 25 at halftime.
Let's get to it.
So I'm walking in the locker room at halftime. I point at my dad. I point at my heart. Say, I'm about to get these niggas 50. So I'm in the locker room. I come out the third quarter. Man, a loose ball came. They had one of the football players in. We both going for a loose ball. He doesn't go for the loose ball. He just nose dives me right in my face, gives me 8 stitches across my eye. I had to get rushed to the hospital. So I finished the game with 25. So we were just talking about that on Facebook like 2 weeks ago. So the dude on Facebook, like, I wasn't gonna let Shy get 50 on us because he was about to get 50. So I had to take him out the game. That's how Pontiac was built.
Wow, he bust his own head open to make sure you. Hey, I know. Hey, listen, man. I went to Detroit Northern. We would have to go into Detroit Central. We talking about on the court. So when you say guys, Murray Wright, them guys and the students at that age, man, we 14, 15, 16. Them students is wow. They don't care. They don't even care, man.
And ain't no metal detectors back then.
Not really. No, they in there.
Yeah,
one security guard.
It's one security guard and 300 Detroit residents.
Yes, because the neighborhood's coming too. See, that's what people forget. The neighborhood is in the show. Them people that went to Persian lived around the corner, bruh. And they love it. And they still to this day, have that type of energy, man. So I know what it's like to go in the tough gym, man. But
as far as guards, toughest guards I played against in high school, man, Kerry Hartfield was tremendous at Benton.
Wow.
Kerry Hartfield was like, he was like Like he was
Yep.
strong, fast,
I remember Kerry Hartfield.
mean. You know, he was just a tough cover. You know what I mean? He was just a tough.
Just a tough cover, period. You know how sometimes, and for me, it was a guy named Damian Baskerville.
Oh, Cass.
Body. You feel me? Just body, man.
State.
He went where?
The Weber State.
Weber State. That's right. Good, strong ball player. You know, the guy Dwight Clark over at Central. Dwight Smith went on to play in NFL. Tough guard.
Yeah.
Come on, stop playing. Them type of guards come out of our league, and them tough guards like to reach. And I'm slim, and I'm trying to stay on my left hand side.
You like, hey, turn to your right. You like, I don't want to go right.
I'm trying to get left. So they come in, so you're at that age, man. You go in school, you got a tough guard with the crowd, the atmosphere. We was really, I feel it built you. I can imagine it built you as you went on into your career. You keep that in your pocket. Like, if I can do that, to go into a Bowling Green, to go into school like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You keep that with you. Now, you went on to play All-State. To me, I never got hip to you. I didn't see you actually play in high school, but it came out at the end, man. End of the year, man. You end up at the Magic City Round Ball Classic. Now, for y'all that don't know, this ain't the Nike game, but it's magic. Yeah, it's magic. That's why I'm saying magic. These motherfuckers wasn't juggling. We talking about Irving Johnson, Magic Round Ball Classic. Now, with y'all, so in that year, for y'all that didn't know, you went in as an alternate. Talk to me about that experience. I got a couple questions, but how did you talk to me about that, being involved? And that's the class of 96. Whew. Talk to me about some guys that was on that team and that experience.
Man, the class of 96 was represented by the number one player in the country, and his name was Kobe Bean Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, baby. Rest his soul.
So, Kobe was the number one player in the country. Tim Thomas was the number two player in the country.
Come on, man.
Tim Thomas is probably the most ferocious player I've ever been around.
Wow, I saw you posted a video, and I've heard some Tim Thomas stories, but I've seen you post a video on your page, just watching him take a dribble and leap to the rim like that, like shit.
In high school.
In high school.
6'10", all muscle, fast, strong, mean, like everything.
Yes.
Never been around a person as ferocious at that age than Tim Thomas. Richard Hamilton was in that game.
What?
Yeah, Lester Earl, Lauren Woods, like all these guys went on to be either NBA players or college All-Americans, including myself.
Of course.
So I was unranked all throughout high school, and I knew I was going to be unranked because I was small and my dad wasn't really into the ABCD camps and sending me to that stuff. My dad was kind of an organic guy. You know how my dad was. Like,
yeah,
it was more about just putting the work in.
Yep.
Pops never got caught up in like go to this camp so you can get ranked and go to this AAU team so you can. Pops was like, let's go in the gym, let's get our work in, and when you see them in traffic in between the lines, that's when we gonna let them know what it is.
No doubt.
This was one of those moments for Pops to say, you unranked. Now they caught you in traffic. What it's gonna be, right?
You got the call. How did you end up becoming an alternate? How did your name get pulled? What happened?
Yeah, so I think it was I'm not gonna say I think. I know that I had committed to the University of Detroit to play for Coach Perry Watson.
Yep.
Perry made a phone call to Sonny Vaccaro. So people know who Sonny Vaccaro is. Sonny Vaccaro is the person who brought Michael Jordan to Nike. So
absolutely.
Your listeners can know who Sonny Vaccaro is.
Yeah.
Perry Watson called Sonny Vaccaro and said, hey, I need you to get my guy in your game. Because Sonny was basically running the Magic Round Ball game.
Okay.
Sonny ran all of the rankings. So the house phone rung. There was no cell phones back then.
Yeah, of course.
House phone rung. I happened to be at home by myself this particular day. I answered, and I talk about this in my book. I answered the phone, and it's Sonny Vaccaro. And I'm like starstruck because it's Sonny Vaccaro. Like, I'm like, hello. He's like, has the mob voice. He's like, "Hey, Rashad, this is Sonny Vaccaro." I'm like, Sonny who? Like,
yeah.
He's like, I wanted to call and invite you to the Magic Round Ball Classic, but under one stipulation, you're going to be an alternate, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to play you because I don't know how good you are, and I don't know if you can play with these guys.
Wow.
I've never seen you play. But I heard you're pretty good. But I'll offer you an invite to come to practice. And practice goes, and then we'll make our decision. Cool. Long story short, my dad drive me. They're practicing at Wayne State, your alma mater.
Yes.
Practicing at Wayne State. Wayne State got great facilities. People sleep on Wayne State facilities.
They really do.
Great facilities. So we practicing at Wayne State. I walk in the gym. It's, I had never seen these guys before outside of the Street and Smith magazine. Street and Smith magazine was like our Instagram, right?
That's how you knew, and you never saw these guys most of the times until you saw these guys.
You never saw them until you saw them. It was like I'm turning the pages, reading about the Kobe Bryant. So I see Kobe Bryant walk in the gym, 6'6", lean, like it was like he was glowing.
Wow.
So I'm I'm older than Kobe like by a couple months, but I was like kind of like, damn, like that's Kobe Bryant.
I thought Kobe was a big fella. When I read his name, Kobe Bryant, 6'8", they had him at 6'8". Damn. But go ahead.
Yeah, he was 6'6", slender, walking like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Had the mic. Tim Thomas walks in 6'10". Like they all walked in. I'm like, damn. And we start to practice it. We get to practicing, and I'm doing the drills, and I'm doing, we doing 3-man weave, 3-on-2, 2-on-1. I ain't missing a shot. I'm hitting every shot, throwing alley-oops. Like I haven't missed a shot. We go to the scrimmage. I'm like, damn, they probably not gonna play me in the scrimmage.
Yeah.
My dad's in the stands, all the like NBA scouts, and they scrimmaging, and it's the fourth quarter. I still haven't played in the scrimmage. Kobe Bryant and Tim Thomas are just mauling our team. Like Kobe reversing it like Jordan, Tim Thomas dunking and yelling at people. And at this time, Tim Thomas, he already got college muscles. He got veins.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, So the coach, like, Shad, he's like, he didn't know my name. He didn't call me Shad. He's like, hey, get in the game. So I go in the fourth quarter. We're down like 17 in the fourth quarter. In the scrimmage, I run off like 5 straight threes. And then
they swung it to you, or you dribbled up and pulled it?
Off ball screens and a couple kick its.
Yeah.
So get in, hit a jumper, throw a oop, hit another 3, get in the lane, dish it off, get a swing out 3, baseline out of bounds, hit a 3. They call a timeout, like we up 4.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
So Kobe and them like, what? Who is dog?
Like, who is dog? Who is dog?
Like who is dog? Like who? What's up with him? So we end up winning that scrimmage.
Wow.
So we won the scrimmage, and we practiced again the next day, and I kind of did the same thing in the next scrimmage. So they like, damn, like, bro, like he not only he one of these dudes.
Yeah.
So the day of the game, Sonny Vaccaro comes to me in the morning before we drive into the Palace of Auburn Hills. We were staying at the Pontchartrain downtown.
What? Nice.
Yeah, it was at the Pontchartrain. So before we get on the team bus to go to Auburn Hills, which is like a 35-minute drive up 75 north, Sonny Vaccaro said, we still don't know if we're going to let you play because it's just, we got to figure it out. And I'm devastated, bro, because I didn't dominated the scrimmage.
Yeah.
So I'm on the bus riding to the game, like kind of teary-eyed, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like, I'm just kind of like in a like hurt. We get to the locker room, and then you walk in the Palace. It's the NBA arena. The lights are bright. Like, damn, like this is where Isaiah Thomas.
Absolutely.
I'm reliving hood. Like, damn, like this where the Pistons was shutting down Jordan, and like I'm just all that in my head. We get in the locker room. Everybody's putting on their uniforms, And they like, we still don't know we're gonna play you, so just stay in the locker room. We're gonna have the guys go out and warm up. You stay in the locker room.
Not the locker room.
We're in the locker room. I'm in there by myself, bro. I can hear the buzz of the crowd. It's like,
you don't even get the layup line, because sometimes the layup line.
So here's how it came out. So they out there warming up. I'm in the locker room with my jogging suit on, and I kind of got my head down, my eyes closed, and I'm just kind of like dejected. Like, man, like just talking to God now. I'm just like, like, why you do this to me? Like, why you even, like, why? Like, what's the lesson behind this? I'm trying to find.
Sure. Absolutely.
As soon as I said that, the coach runs into the locker room like, hey, man, we got 10 minutes left in the layup line. Grab that uniform and grab them uniform, and I'm going to go grab you some shoes. What size shoe you wear? I'm like, I wear a 10.5. And he's like, all right, let me go grab you some shoes. It was Adidas. He threw me Mateen Cleaves uniform, put tape on it. So the uniform was too big for me. So I still don't have shoes. So he comes in about 2 minutes later, like, hey, this all I got, 11.5, and threw me some big ass clown shoes. So
don't tell me you played in the 11s, bro. Talk to me, man.
Played in the 11s, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Big ass.
Come on, dog.
Played in some big ass. Look at them big ass shoes.
Wow. Wow, dog. You can't beat it, man. Receipts.
So the shoes were too big, so I had to put 3 pair of socks on to get. So I threw on a uniform. Shoes was too big. Got in the layup line. Blah blah blah. So we get like, so the buzzer goes off to start the game. This is why this MVP of the game is crazy, because it goes off to go to start lineup. The coach walks up to me and say, "You starting?"
How do we get here? Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
He tells me, "You're starting." What? You just told me 10 minutes ago I was going to put on a uniform. I'm starting? You're starting. The announcer, like, starting at guard for the West All-Stars, Rashad Phillips. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, damn. I'm like waving at the crowd like, shit, I don't even know.
Wow.
Like, oh, I'm starting. As the game goes,
that's dope.
Get in my mode. I end up leading my team to a win against Kobe Bryant.
Come on.
We won the game. The significant part about that, after I won MVP, they interviewed.
Yeah, shout out to that. He said that lightly, but he won MVP of the motherfucker, man. Not just get a ride from the pocket train, eat the little juice they gave. Dog came and got the whole shit. Go ahead, man. What's the part about it?
So at the end of the game, they interview Kobe Bryant at the end of the game, and this is on YouTube. Y'all can go search this up, because this no cap. They interviewed Kobe Bryant at the end of the Magic Roundball Classic game in 1996. I'm giving y'all that so y'all can YouTube the clip. And they asked Kobe, what impressed you about this game? And Kobe said, Rashad Phillips. The way that Rashad out here today, he taught us all a lesson that you can be unranked, come from nowhere, and come out here and outplay all of us who supposedly are the stars, and he becomes the star. It's a true testament to who he is as a player.
Wow.
Kobe Bryant said that about me. That changed the trajectory of my entire life.
Wow, bruh. Based upon what he said and how it affected you?
Yeah, because it affected me in a positive way, because the cliche, work hard and things will happen good. We tell our kids, right? Work hard, work hard. And it becomes just cliche over time when you keep saying it. But this was a true test of my parents telling me to work hard for so long, and I never felt the reward of working hard. I always would work hard, and I will always be slighted for my hard work. But this particular day, my heart was noticed by, in my opinion, the most advanced basketball player to ever play the game.
Come on. And look, it continues to be more, that statement becomes more and more valuable as time has happened, including his untimely demise, but him going on to be so great in a sense that brings you along with, I believe it just brings you along with him. Because what he say, the better he got, the more legendary he got, the more his word became gold. And these are the words that he spoke.
I felt like Kobe's career, I felt like I was part of his career. I like, because he befriended me after that as well. It wasn't like he just said that statement.
Yeah.
And we exchanged numbers.
And I want to know a Kobe story. Give me a Kobe story, because what I noticed is I'm sure Shy got some sort of relation. Maybe it's not like right there, but you know the guy, right? First of all, Kobe, dog. Let's just start there. Knew Kobe, and so can you give me a Kobe story, man? Before I get you, I want a Kobe story that somebody might not even know. You know what I mean? Talk to my people about that.
I'm looking up in the sky because I got a lot of Kobe stories of my interaction with him, but I'll give you this one. Kobe invited me to the game, me and my brother Jarrell, in 2000. I want to say 2007, 2008 season. I want to say. Y'all can look up the season once I tell the story, that you'll know what year it was. It was one of those years. So he brought me to the game. The Lakers played the Pistons. I was in between overseas and finding my next contract, and kind of in a dark place, like I was, kind of depressed, trying to find I was in a dark place. After the game, the Lakers lost. Kobe swung the ball to, I think, Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom missed the shot and the Pistons won, right? So at the end of the game, Kobe got dressed and did all his media, and he came out and it was me and my brother Jarrell and my friend Ernest. Kobe comes out, and we're just like, we kicking it and shit. Like Kobe, a lot of people don't know Kobe's like a real motherfucker, man. Like Kobe, we kicking and shit, laughing, talking. But then he got serious on me. He's like, "Oh, what's up with you, bro?" I'm like, "What's up?" He like, "Man, I could tell like something bothering you. Like, what's up, man? Like talk to me. You know what I mean?" I'm like, "Man, just and I ain't want to like pour my problems on Kobe Bryant, right?" I'm
Absolutely.
Like, I'm just trying to figure it out, man. Over. He like, "No, bro, talk to me. What's up?" Like, bro, we homies. Like, what's up? So I told him, like, man, I'm just trying to, overseas, I'm just struggling, man. I'm ready to kind of like, be done with the game, man. I like it ain't doing nothing for me. I'm overseas. It ain't, he like, look, bro, like whatever you gonna do, be great at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he like, what else you want to do? I'm like, man, I want to get into like probably training kids, or like kind of building my own program like my dad. He was like, well, do that shit then. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it. So he kind of really injected me to start over and really get to make a long story short. I end up starting my own training academy, and it became the biggest training academy in the state of Michigan for 7 years. And a lot of that is because of Kobe Bryant. It was called Skills Unlimited. I had kids coming out of my program left and right, going to college. I still got kids playing professional overseas for my program. But a lot to do with Kobe Bryant really lifting me up in a time of where I was in a dark space. But also behind that, there's a picture behind that we took. And that was the day after that, because Kobe was really frustrated with his team. He was frustrated where the Lakers were going as a team. And the following day after they lost to the Pistons, and you can look it up, they traded for Pau Gasol the next day.
So wow, that's a bookmark for you right there.
I talked to him the day before they traded for Pau Gasol, and I was the person that Kobe was venting to after the Piston game. He was like, man, these motherfuckers, man. Like, you know how Kobe is, right? He's like, motherfuckers can't catch a pass. Like, I'm fucking getting triple teamed. These motherfuckers ain't cutting. Like, I got to fucking guard everybody's. But like, he was just like venting to me. Like, and the next day they went and made a move and got Pau Gasol, and they won 2 championships.
They went and made a heist. I do want to know real quick, why UAD? Why did you choose UAD? Why did you settle in on the University of Detroit?
Great question. So I got 2 answers to that. The first answer is that the first college gymnasium, the first college floor that I've ever played on was Callahan Hall.
Hey.
9 years old. And, as a kid, that does something to you. Like my daughter just played her first like all-star game on the Orlando Magic floor. Like, and she was just like in awe of the lights and the ambiance of it all. So I played a PAL championship game at 9 years old on Callahan Hall floor, and it just felt magical to me at 9 years old. The scoreboard and the sound of the horn. So I fell in love with that atmosphere as a kid. So going to University of Detroit was it was celebratory for me because my dad loves local college. Detroit, you know how my father is. He's so community oriented. He wanted to go to the local school and take it to new heights, which I did. But the second reason I went there is because I was a Prop 48. I was supposed to go to Georgia Tech. But
in 96? Who over there? Shit.
Marbury.
Stephon Marbury. He was there a year before that.
Yeah, he left. Yeah, I was supposed to.
He went as a freshman. You were supposed to be the guy. Okay. Shout out my dog, man. Steph, that's my guy, Stephon Marbury. Good dude, man. Wow.
Yeah. So, but the ACC at the time, the conference didn't accept non-qualifiers because I was a non-qualifier as a Prop 48.
On some ACT shit?
Yeah, but I passed, but I didn't have all my grades for the clearinghouse. So So with that being said, I had to forfeit the Georgia Tech offer and end up going to Detroit, which it wasn't for me. I was like, cool, I'm at home. I'm gonna get it rocking here in Detroit.
Man, you definitely got it rocking, man. I can remember you playing. I always tell this story sometimes, man. Funny story, man. And you my guy too, dog. Y'all we went to play motherfuckers. Wayne State University. I think it might have been my sophomore year, bro. We go into UAD. Now, we Division II school, but we would go play UAD as a crossover game to get us ready for the season. We go into Callahan Hall. It's a big game for our team, good measuring stick, if you will. We go in there. Y'all got that bitch rocking. Y'all on 6 Mile. Y'all right there on 6 Mile, McNichols, right? Nice neighborhood, but it was rocking in that bitch. Something happened, man. Ball come off. They kick it to you, nigga. Y'all on the break. Now, at this time, you Rashad Phillips. All eyes on 3, right? You Rashad Phillips. I already know you done already been killing. You come down on the break, bro. Full speed. It's just me. Your man's. It's just me, bro. You coming down full speed. The crowd like, huh? I'm like, this motherfucker I don't know if you're going to pull up. But I don't know what you're going to do. I'm like, man, he about to cross. Man, I got to go and backpedaling, dog. You just pulled up for a 3 or something, bro, and missed. And somehow or another, the ball stopped, and you walk by me, you say, I pulled up because you my man. On everything I love, you say, you my guy. That's why I pulled up, dog. I said, I just looked at you, dog, because it was in the mix. I laughed. I think you was at the free throw line or something. Like, I pulled up.
You was my dude. I wasn't going to do you.
Man, in my mind, I was gonna pack that shit, nigga. But I was like, damn, I'm in the mix. I'm in the mix. And when you pulled up, I'm like, shit.
Yeah, he was my guy. Crowd always would stand up if I was in transition because they knew something was
about to happen.
And you were backpedaling. I was like, this is my dude. I'm gonna just go free. I'm not gonna give him no wiggle. This is my dude, because a lot of people don't know this, and I'm gonna kind of tell a little bit of your story. Like, you was a tremendous ball player. A lot of people don't
say that.
You was a terrific shooter. You was left-handed. You was off the ball. You could come off screens. You was a great standstill. You was one of those like 40%, 38% three-point shooters.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You was an underrated defender, and you had a really good IQ because you wasn't a great athlete, but you had excellent IQ, so you really knew how to play basketball. So a lot of people don't know that about you. So you wasn't just some dude just on the court. Like, you was out.
No doubt. I appreciate that.
But yeah, I had you backpedaling, and you knew this boy got something. He got something.
Yeah. And at that point, I had started meeting you over at St. Rita, which is a city staple where you kind of trained at. So I said, man, this nigga's silly anyway, bro. And at that time, I knew you was silly anyway. We would play at the gym. over there with Nub, Charles Rashad take us over. And I remember we played little battles and stuff like that. So by the time we got in the game, I was sort of familiar with you like that. And you was like, this is my guy, man. So shout out to you, man. That's love, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate you coming on the show right now, man. Talk to me. Tell everybody you got your book, Basketball Positions, you know, and what you talking about with that, the metric. Yes. Where can they get that at?
You can go to WeberPublishing.com. I signed a distribution deal with one of my childhood heroes, Chris Webber.
Shout out to that. Shout out Chris Webber, dog. That's love, bro.
Webber, man. Chris Webber is like one of my favorite, not just athletes, but one of my favorite people.
Just people, man.
I love Chris Webber, man. As you can see right there, this way, you can see him in my.
Yeah, and you got him up there with the big boy. Chris Webber, Hall of Famer. Stop playing.
Yeah, stop playing. Come on now. Yeah. So, the book is on that website, man. And I just really wanted to break down. It's called The Evolution is Being Televised, and really break down how the game has changed, where it has evolved from, it has outgrown just the 5 traditional positions. Players come with more gadgets. They come more equipped. Their styles are different. And I've sort of created new terminology to help today's consumer really follow the game through my book. And I also tell a lot of my stories, some of the stories that I share with you today, a lot of upbringing is in this book. And it's an excellent book. Just the artwork. I mean, you look at that, that's Paolo Banchero right there.
Hey.
Really breaking down the game and what we're watching today. So that's why I call it The Evolution is Being Televised, because we're literally watching evolution on TV.
No doubt, man. That's dope, man. Make sure y'all go get that. Hey, Shad, man, it's love, bro. Dope interview. Good seeing you, man. Definitely, I got to get down there and bring my son down there, train with you for a couple days, man.
Here, quit playing, man.
Got to do it, man. It's so much love, man. Thank you for coming, y'all. This is the Up and Under podcast. My dog, Rashad Phillips. Appreciate you, dog.